It takes a village to make an addict. When I heard that earlier today, I busted out in tears. Because for so much of my life, I've been under the spell of addictive behaviors. And I always shamed myself that I did it wrong. I was the one who messed up. I wasn't strong enough. I was weak. And yeah, maybe some of those things might have been true. But the truth is that I wasn't the only one who created this. I grew up in a household that suppressed emotion, where anger was pushed down, where joy in extreme was also pushed down because it was loud, where sadness wasn't permitted because it was uncomfortable. And I got taught to be my own oppressor. It wasn't done intentionally. Not at all. My parents loved me and they wanted the best for me. Because their challenges, their addictions, their mistakes were created by the whole village, society, school. And see, it's us, the ones that have suffered, the ones that cracked under the weight. We're the ones that are showing and revealing how broken this society is. And the ones that could fall deep into the darkness. We're the ones that were brave enough to go into that absolute misery. Because so many others they just grin and bear it. They just deal with it. And they go through a slow burn of suffering their entire life, but they never break. But you and me, the ones that dealt with the addictions, the divorce, the infidelity, the challenges that we created in our lives, we're the ones that are showing that there's something off about this bizarre world that we grew up in. And so I want you to understand that there is a truth inside of you. There is the anger that wants to speak and say that this isn't right. There is the sadness that wants to cry and say, why does it have to be like this? And there's also the joy that wants to shout and scream in absolute bliss. All of these things are inside of you, and they need to come out. They need to be shared. Your truth needs to be shared. And you used to be silenced. Your family, your teachers, they used to quiet you down. But now, you're doing it. So stop it. Easier said than done, right? But you'll notice it now. As I lay this seed in your consciousness, you'll notice those moments when you're out there in the world and you're moving along, and then suddenly, as you're about to say something, you tighten, you suppress, there's a moment when you want to cry and you stop. There's a moment when you want to yell and you shit, I even yawn sometimes as an automatic response to suppress deep emotional expression. But the first step is knowing that it's happening, because you've been unconscious to it your whole life. Now you're bringing awareness to it. And after that, you can catch yourself in the act. But what are you going to do when you catch yourself in the act of that suppression, that swallowing down? Well, here's one thing that you can do. Take a deep breath. Put your hand on your heart. and ask yourself, what's really going on here? And give yourself a permission slip. Write yourself a permission slip, the one that your teachers didn't give you, that says, it's safe for me to express. And do it. And you know what? They might get really uncomfortable. But that's fine, because that's their own shit. You are not going to silence yourself anymore, because that is hurting you. And the addictions, the depression, the anxiety, the things that they fed with medications and whatever, that was you suppressing yourself. You just got really good at it. So give yourself a permission slip. When you're feeling something, feel it. Express it. And in the creation of these new boundaries where you expand instead of contracting yourself into this tiny little box, you're probably going to come up to some times where you cross someone else's boundary. But you can ask forgiveness. You need to explore how much space you can take up safely, respectfully, but take up that space for the love of God. Because you crouching down and hiding yourself and being that small little child is hurting you, and hurting you hurts the world. Because if it takes a village to create an addict, it's not just the ones that silenced us or gave us the prescriptions or sold us the drugs. It's also the one in the corner who kept him or herself small, that on an unconscious level tells us that we might need to do the same thing too. Maybe we're better off and will survive if we do it that way. It takes a village, right? It takes a village to create an addict, and it also takes a village to help that addict to give themselves permission to destroy that label, because you are not an addict. That's a behavior. And to be addicted, to have an addiction, that is a behavior, not a label, not a who you are. You are an unlimited being of light who chose to limit themselves in this body, this identity, this astrological chart, this family line, this genetic definition. This is the limitation of you. You are greater than this. And your nervous system, when given permission to allow that greatness to flow through more authentically, will strengthen, will expand, and you will feel more safe. You will stand up and sit up more proud and tall, because you'll know that you are being yourself. So stop hurting yourself. You used to hurt yourself with alcohol, addiction, drugs, whatever it might have been. But now, silencing yourself, playing the nice guy or girl, you're still doing it. It's time to break free. So, put your hand on your heart the next time you feel yourself tighten up. Give yourself permission. And express. Feel. Be the one that makes other people feel uncomfortable in the room. Because you're really not doing anything. You can't actually make them feel anything. You can be a mirror, though. And there's nothing more beautiful than a mirror. Because it shows you you. Remember, I love you because I am you. There is no separation between us. This distance, this screen in between us is just an illusion. We are all from the same source. We are all from the same earth. And remember, there's no mistakes, only magic.